Switch Radio Breakfast Friday morning. It's all been building up to this round 8 of Super Switch, our weekly game where we try and predict some football scores for our teams across the West Midlands. It's very simple. If we get a score absolutely right, we get 3 points. 1 point if we get the correct outcome, nothing if we get it completely wrong, and we kept the points going throughout the season. And top of the table, as she has been since the very start. She's doing a Liverpool at the start of the season. It is fan of Birmingham City doing commentary for sight-impaired fans of Blues at St Andrews. Travels to away games as well. It is Kim Smith. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, chaps. How are we doing?
Not too bad. You're in the kitchen. Are you making breakfast as we speak?
Actually, I'm trying to get some cake sorted out at the moment because I've got to keep the old man fed while he's covering the snooker championships this week.
Yeah, of course, and cake is the only food to eat while watching snooker because it doesn't crunch. You see, it has to be something so it doesn't put the players off. That's right.
Yeah, that's it.
That's part of the terms and conditions of covering a major sport like snooker. Next, we would bring you the oddballer, Rob Richards, but he had a pretty heavy night last night at Villa Park covering the Europa League action. So we have a super sub. We have somebody you might be familiar with here on Super Switch. Still, for the next month, the current male presenter of the year. Filling in for Rob Richards, it is Stephen Higgs. Stephen, good morning.
Morning, pal. You okay?
Not too bad. Great job announcing the noms.
Thank you very much. You're having a busy week. I'm delighted with the 4 for Switch as well. Really, really pleased with that.
Absolutely.
Can I just very quickly check something?
Yes.
So my scores now will go on Rob's scores, yeah?
They will go on Rob's scores. And I'll tell you what, I'm not saying there's any pressure or anything, but Rob is on a hot streak. I mean, he got 7 points last week, did Rob?
So, well, he's not going to get that this week, is he, if my form in this competition is anything to go by?
We'll have to wait and see. Now, normally this would be the point where we get to eventually saying that I'm bottom of the entire table. But that is not the case. No. After 2 seasons of winning Super Switch, I'm in 3rd place. Bottom of the table is the star and host of the Crazy Shadow Talks football YouTube channel, West Bromwich Albion fan, Jonathan Wimbush. Jonathan Wimbush, what is going on? Bottom of the league?
Yeah, good morning, Ben. I'm not sure what's going on. 0 points, just like Wolves, last weekend. And now I know how Stephen felt all those weeks when he was bottom.
Well, that was a bit of a dig, wasn't it? It's a tad unnecessary.
No, I just know how he feels now. I understand, Stephen. I understand your pain.
Yeah, but what we should point out, and it should lead to an upturn in Jonathan Wimbush's fortunes, in as art imitates life. The right-hand man for Jonathan Wimbush, who was largely unseen and unheard, who helped him during the successful 2 years, has now left Jonathan Wimbush and he's now appointed his own man, hopefully to help him get forward, trying to do what Aston Villa are doing. So we'll see if that helps. It's going to need to start tonight at the Hawthorns, under the lights, 8 o'clock kickoff. It is West Bromwich Albion taking on Leicester City. Back-to-back defeats for the Baggies. Home against Derby a couple of weeks ago. And, an expected result against Middlesbrough last week. But you don't want it to be 3 on the bounce, do you, John?
No, absolutely not. No shame in losing to Middlesbrough, who at the moment are...
There is. Middlesbrough's like nothing club.
Well, they're the informed team at the moment in the Championship, top of the table with 16 points from 18 now. We don't have a very good recent record against Leicester, though. We've lost each of the last 5 league games against them, and that's a run that stretches back to 2018. So, we don't do very good against the Foxes, it's got to be said.
Yeah, I should just point out, I think there is enough evidence to suggest that you have forfeited the right to refer to West Bromwich Albion as we or us. There is evidence out there on YouTube, and I can provide you with links if you want. The enthusiasm while commentating on Wolverhampton Wanderers this week from Jonathan Wimbush is suspicious, shall we say? But yeah, back on home territory for you tonight, John. How do you think it's going to go against Leicester?
Well, I'm hopeful for a 1-0 win to West Bromwich Albion, and Leicester. Obviously it's life without Jamie Vardy. They're still doing pretty well in the in the Championship, it's got to be said. 0-0 draw against Coventry, though, last time out for them. So, yeah, 1-0 West Brom.
Do you realise that West Brom are actually responsible for the whole Leicester fairy tale story? Because if you go back just a little bit towards the end of the previous season, it was a comeback against West Brom, wasn't it? And I think West Brom were like 2-0 up or 3-1 up or something.
Yeah.
And Leicester, and I think Jamie Vardy got a hat-trick or something, and they won it like 4-3 in the last minute. And they went on that run to stay up. And then the next season, we all know what happened. So West Brom played their part in that odyssey.
Yeah. And present company, apologies, but we did draw against Tottenham in Leicester's title-winning season to prevent them from winning the title. So
you see, Stephen, there was always a reason why you didn't like him. You just couldn't put your finger on it, but now you know.
I mean, the incredible thing in that season was that in a 2-horse race to win the title, we still came third.
I know. That to me, that season didn't exist because we know we finished rock bottom. So, Stephen Higgs playing for Rob Richards. It's West Brom against Leicester.
Absolutely delighted with the vim and vigour there, Ben, that you introduced Jonathan Wimbush about him being bottom of the league and the excitement that you had about the fact that he wasn't particularly performing very well this season. I wonder if that may be touched upon a little bit later. I'm a big fan of Ryan Mason, obviously, a big fan of Ryan Mason. And they're quite close in the league. I've gone 1-1 for Rob.
1-1 for Rob. Kim Smith?
I think I'm going to go for a 0-0.
Oh, what riveting entertainment on a Friday night that will be for us all tuning in. Yeah, there were enough examples of that last season to suggest that was that's probably a sound prediction from Kim Smith, who is top of the table. So we move from Friday night to Saturday lunchtime. Once again, Birmingham City taking on Coventry City at the CBS Arena. Kim Smith is going to be there for this one. And Kim, obviously, winning at home against Swansea last week by that late Lyndon Dykes goal. But on the road, what are Blues going to have to do differently to make it a better result from, obviously, Stoke and Leicester previously?
I think play like they're not the away team, because they were much improved last Saturday at home, and I think also the addition of Jack Robinson and Patrick Roberts made a difference, and I think maybe Phil Neumann not being in the squad allowed Chris Davies to have a left-footed centre half, and that seemed to work a lot better as well. So I will be surprised if he doesn't go for a very similar lineup. We know Coventry have scored a lot of goals, but of course they came away from the King Power with a 0-0 last Saturday, didn't they?
They did. So are you saying with Neumann, are you saying as well as he's done individually, it's just been ultimately to the detriment of the team, of the defensive unit?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I think I'd need to sort of look at him and the alternative a bit more. But I suppose when you're looking at fine margins, having two right-footed centre-halves against a right-footed one and a left-footed one might make a little bit of a difference. I don't know.
So, Kim, how do you think Blues are going to get on at Coventry?
I think I'm going to go for a 1-1.
1-1. Stephen Higgs playing for Rob Richards. What do you make of Championship Blues this season?
Absolutely delighted, first of all, that Kim has done her baking and the cake is in the oven. So congratulations on that, Kim. The change of venue. Obviously, a big fan of Chris Davies, former Spurs assistant manager. So I'm a big fan of him. I'm not that much of a fan of Frank Lampard for a number of reasons. But I do think that Coventry may just have the edge in experience here. So I've gone Coventry 2, Blues 1.
2-1 to Cov. Jonathan Wimbush.
I've gone for a little bit of a tactical prediction for my own selfish reasons, being as West Brom, Coventry and Birmingham are all on the same points at the moment. I've gone for a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, all three teams on 10 points from 6 games. So yeah, I'm going to agree with Kim. I'm going to say 1-1. Switch Radio Breakfast, Friday morning, Super Switch, continuing to look at our games over the weekend. There's a little icon pinging where we'd like you to click like and subscribe, maybe get notifications on new videos. We move into the National League, and what we've been saying the last couple of weeks is that goals have generally been a problem for our league teams, but there's always plenty of goals involving Solihull Moors, both good and bad. Terrific last-ditch winner last week, which was captured brilliantly by Dan and our award-winning and once again nominated Switchboard team, which is absolutely fantastic. But a 4-1 defeat away at Rochdale. Stephen Higgs is here. He's playing for Rob Richards this week. Just a quick word on our amazing Switchboard team getting another nomination, Stephen.
Do you know what? Unbelievably well-deserved, because it isn't only the football coverage that was contained within that entry that was put forward. It is the netball, it is the rugby, it is the speedway, it is, the cricket. We've had the athletics this season, and there was a little bit of everything from the incredible work that team does throughout the year. It isn't just the football season, it is new content, new podcasts every single week on Switch. So I'm properly really, really pleased for Kev and the team. Yeah,
somebody sitting not a million miles away from us all started that whole project about 10 years ago.
So you're trying to just jump in on the glory of something that happened?
Well, no, this is the point. They've taken no, not at all. What I'm saying is they've taken it to heights that I could never have even imagined when we started, and I just think it's incredible. And the story they were able to tell, even though it was ultimately a disappointing the way it's ended for Birmingham Brummies in the Speedway, they were still there to tell that story as well, and get that whole thing across every Monday night. So yeah, absolutely terrific and fully well deserved with another nomination, as is Terry Ann and Priya with their nominations as well. But Solihull Moors are home to Brackley Saturday afternoon. Stephen, I'll come to you first with this one. How do you think it's going to go?
Super quick, Ben. Just before we do that, I'm not sure that you gave a prediction for the West Brom game earlier on. Do you want to do that now?
Yeah, yeah. My dotage. 1-0 Leicester, whatever.
There we go. That's sorted. A little bit of paperwork to tidy up on. That's all.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You do need all the help you can get, because you're quite close to the bottom of the league, aren't you? Anyway, Solihull, you say?
Apparently, yeah. I've completely lost track of everything, so you might as well.
I'm going to say Solihull 1. Is it Brackley they're playing?
Brackley Town.
Let's go 1-1.
1-1. Okay. I mean, they've been like 4-4 draws. They've been like 5-0 defeats, and the odd big win as well for Solihull. It's a mixed bag, John, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Brackley been picking up the results as well. 10th in the league table. I honestly, you don't know which Solihull you're going to get on any given weekend. That's why it's been so difficult to predict Solihull Moors games this season so far. So I've just gone for a 2-0 to Brackley, I'm afraid.
2-0 Brackley, okay. Kim Smith?
I think I'm going to have Brackley for a win as well, but 2-1.
2-1 to Brackley. I'm getting the feeling I should... I mean, they still haven't appointed a permanent manager, have they? After Matt Taylor left, I think they're still working on that. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go 1-1. And now we're going to move to Sunday and the Premier League. I don't want to, quite frankly. It's Aston Villa taking on Fulham. Still winless in the Premier League. Only 1 goal scored so far from Matty Cash, but you don't need me to say it, so I'm going to let Stephen Higgs, who is here for Rob Richards this week, actually say what he's actually wanted to say about Aston Villa all throughout the 2 seasons that he completely played Super Switch, but he was making it up. Now, Stephen, you get to say it for real. Go ahead.
Aston Villa, club in crisis.
Yes.
Let's forget about the Europa League. Let's forget about the League Cup, which obviously you have to forget about because you are not in it anymore.
No.
So let's not worry about that. Let's look at the hard facts. Good evening. Let's look at the hard facts. You've got players who were promised they could leave who are still playing in goal to the detriment of Marco Bezo. You have scored one goal in the league against 10 men of a newly promoted team and still couldn't beat them. You are the only club in the top 5 divisions of England's football pyramid that haven't won a single game all season. And thankfully for you, Wolves and West Ham are worse. But Aston Villa are in the bottom 3 of the Premier League with one goal. £700 million Aston Villa have spent on players since 2019. I looked it up earlier. And in the team that started in the league last week, only 2 of them were signed in the Unai Emery era.
Yeah.
It says a lot, I think. But, you never know, do you? Villa 0, Fulham 2.
Kim Smith.
I wonder if Villa are actually going to start picking themselves up. I think it might be an extremely nervous 1-0.
No, Kim.
Well, we'll take it. If that's what happens, we'll definitely take it. Jonathan Wimbush.
I mean, I'm going to go with the same result as the Sunderland game. I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1, so still winless after. You might be able to see this on the screen. There is a cat over your shoulder.
I was just going to say there's a cat.
Yeah, there's a cat. Decided to make an appearance.
I'll be honest, John. Put him up front for Villa. He's got more chance of scoring than Ollie Watkins.
Give it a shot.
Yeah. Might do better.
We haven't mentioned this on the air yet. Is this the cat that gave birth?
This is not, no. But it's one of my other cats that has given birth last night. So had to deal with.
How many kittens, John?
All that. 3 kittens.
3 kittens. So a back 4 you've got there for Villa.
Basically, yeah.
Because they can't keep clean
Villa's
sheets
new
either,
team,
John.
everyone.
They can't keep clean sheets either. They can't score goals, John.
Kept 2 clean sheets, thank you.
Sheets.
0-0 against Newcastle and Everton, thank you.
Oh, well
Let's have our facts correct, shall we?
And your current league position for these fantastic clean sheets you've kept twice?
18th. No, 18th. I deal in facts. I can handle facts. It's propaganda that I struggle with. So,
I mean, you're sacking senior members of your board as well.
This week, I see.
It's a club in crisis, Ben. Ben, it's a club in crisis.
For once,
there's got to be conversations. I mean, I'm seeing the hashtag Emery out trending. Thoughts, Ben? Thoughts?
I can't. I've already done it. I've done it to death. I'm fed up with it. They've got to get just some pace and some energy into the side and some enthusiasm. Stop moving around the pitch like they're scraping their chins along the ground. That's what they've got to do. And I'm gonna go for a thoroughly unconvincing 2-1 win against Fulham, but it will paper over cracks, and I think that will be that. It's been quite the ride this morning on Super Switch. There's no doubt about that. We will top up the points. We'll update it on Monday. See how Stephen has got on playing for Rob Richards. Oh, by the way,
sorry, Rob. All the best.
Yeah. There's still no sign of Dele Alli. Rob Richards predicted 2 weeks ago that West Brom were going to sign Dele Alli.
Still no sign.
Still no sign. And he told us last week that the transfer has been delayed. So we might need to get in touch with the football transfer contact centre to see what's happening. And try and get some lowdown on that. But maybe Rob Richards will be able to tell us next week when he joins us. Stephen Higgs won a 7-point drive today from 5. Thank you for stepping in. We do appreciate it, my friend.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
And no problem at all. Jonathan Wimbush, who is literally having kittens. Kim Smith, who is headed to Coventry. We're not sending her to Coventry. We care far. We don't. we care far too much about her for that. I'm Ben Ellis, and we'll see you next week on Super Switch.